Yes. Good morning, Amma. Good afternoon. Good morning, Amma. All of you. Okay, na? So, the last phylum, hemichordata, with these non-chordates, almost completed. So, do you know? You know, I should not ask do you know, because the hemichordata once treated as a subphylum of chordates, but now it was treated as an independent phylum. See, these are the first three lines in the subphylum hemichordata. First three lines are they are once upon a time it was a subphylum of non-chordata, but now it is a separate independent phylum. These are all worm-like. Okay, na? Marine. We need not repeat the characteristics of general characteristics of all phyla, like what they are, you know, organ system, grid of organization, triploblastic body wall, bilateral symmetry, coelomates. Common. 4 points. So we need not mention again and again. And then the respiratory organs are gills. Of course, before that, let us take this. These are cylindrical. In place of cylindrical, you can write down elongated also. You can also use the term elongated. All elongated forms are cylindrical, no doubt about that. So cylindrical forms, and body is divided into, this is also a peculiar division, anterior proboscis, middle collar, and posterior long trunk region. Proboscis, collar and a trunk region. So these are the three divisions of the body. Because only why I am drawing this diagram, you know, at the junction of proboscis and collar, a rudimentary notochord like structure is present. So that is notochord like, homologous to notochord, but not notochord, is called stomochord at the junction of proboscis and collar. Buccal diverticulum, you can also say buccal diverticulum, stomochord, corresponding to notochord, but not notochord. And here the gills are present. So this region is called branchial region, and in the middle liver is present. So this region is called hepatic region, and this part gonads are present, genital region. So once upon a time you have faced the problem with labeling. In the book, some of the books, NCERT books, it is wrongly given labeling. You asked me also, proboscis, then collar, then trunk. Okay, na? So idi tongue worms, belanoglasses. This diagram is belanoglasses. A tongue worm, commonly known as tongue worm, or acorn worms, also called acorns, look like a shape of the tongue, hence these are most
Sir, could you mention the down parts of the trunk also?
okay. Trunk is again divided into, if you want, I can erase this. And first of all, I will mention the sub-regions of the trunk. The first sub-region is branchial, means presence of gills. The second one, middle one, hepatic region, because these are the hepatic CK, concerned to liver. And last and final one is genital region. So now these three are together called trunk, long trunk, that is given in the book. Okay.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
And then gills are the respiratory organs. Just now we have mentioned. And the open type of circulatory system is present. Open circulatory system. And excretory organ is proboscis gland. Proboscis gland is the excretory organ. Very, very important, noteworthy point, because it is given in the NCERT. So you must give a stress. I think you must be familiarized with this proboscis gland already by this time. I know it, but anyhow we are recollecting now, and that is ninth point. Proboscis gland is the excretory organ, and then followed by sexes, unisequals. Sexes are separate. Sexes are separate is given in the book. We are saying that it is unisequals. For unisequal, another term also generally we are using, that is dioecious. Monoecious means sexes are united. Dioecious means sexes are in two forms, separate. Here, generally in all unisequal forms, fertilization is internal. You remember this point. But these are the rarest unisequal forms like echinoderms and hemichordates, in which the fertilization is external. So external fertilization is present in the hemichordata. Okay, that is about the general characters. Anyhow, development includes larva, hence indirect development. Indirect development includes which larva? Tornaria. Larva of Balanoglossus is Tornaria. So hemichordates resemble on one side with non-chordates, on the other side with chordates. So they are links between, connecting links between non-chordates and chordates. Connecting links between non-chordates and chordates. You say better, you say like that. Very, very intermediate forms of non-chordates and chordates. The term is changed. Instead of connecting link between invertebrata and vertebrata, it may be changed like this: intermediate forms between non-chordates and chordates. That is about this. Example: Balanoglossus, Saccoglossus. Both examples are given there, and you can carefully remember. Saccoglossus, Balanoglossus is more familiarly used than Saccoglossus. That's why from memory it may be chances are there. So anyhow, this is about the hemichordata. Ninth point, very important. Fourth point also important, body division. These two most worm-like marine organisms are the hemichordates. Okay, na? Now today the we are also starting this card data. Card data in our book, it is given animal diversity 2 is a 11th phylum. So number of phyla in metazoa, that is the question. Number of phyla in metazoa. Simple question. Should write down 11. Number of phyla in non-chordate metazoans. Then you must answer 10. So just now we have completed the 10th phylum. Entering into 11th phylum. The unique features of chordates you all know pretty well. Notochord, dorsal tubular nerve cord, shortcut DTNC, pharyngeal gill slits, pharynx perforated with numerous gill slits, pharyngeal gill slits. In first year, you are taught this. At that time, shortcut methods also I have used. Pharyngeal gill slits, PGS, we have used. And PAT. PAT is used for post-anal tail. Of course, post-anal tail is structured in the tabular form only, but not in the paragraph. This character is missed. So these are the 4 diagnostic features of chordates by which we can distinguish the chordates from the rest of the animals in the animal kingdom. That is the advantage of having these features. You all know the typical chordate diagram is there. This is typical chordate diagram, like this. Here the mouth, pharynx with the gill slits, esophagus, gut open to the exterior as a anus, and above the here the heart is present, ventral heart is present, and this is post-anal tail, PAT, PGS, pharyngeal gill slits, gut or alimentary canal, and the rest of the 2 characters you all know pretty well. Very important characteristic features are there. That is these 2 also present here. So if you directly draw like these tubular structures, you cannot identify which is a notochord and which is a nerve cord. So I label here, just identify A, B, C. Out of 4 diagnostic features already, post-anal tail and pharyngeal gill slits already I have mentioned. And this labeled parts, let us discuss about that. What are the labeled parts? Jayasri, hello, hello, hello Jayasri, hello SSV.
Yes, sir.
Uh,
Sir, BS notochord
uh,
and CS nerve cord.
mm, A, body wall.
Body.
Between body wall and notochord, the structure present is nerve cord. Between nerve cord and alimentary canal, the structure present is notochord. Notochord lies above the alimentary canal. Notochord lies below the nerve cord. Notochord lies above the nerve cord. Notochord just lies below the body wall. Find out the true statements regarding notochord location. That is the question. Like the options already we have given 4 options. Out of the 4 A, B, C, D, which options are correct? Again, notochord lies between nerve cord and alimentary canal. Notochord lies below the
So that is one A.
A. Notochord lies below the nerve cord. B. Notochord lies below the body wall. C. Notochord lies above the nerve cord. D. So answer must be A and B. Those two are the correct statements. Like that the questions are given. So that's why carefully study this diagram. In your book also it is given. And other characteristics of chordata we need not write down. Organ system level of organization, triploblastic body value, bilateral symmetry, enterocoelom type of true coelom or coelomates. Common. Segmentation is very good, very well developed segmentation. All chordates are segmented animals. Good metamerism is there. So they are all there. So that's why we need not worry about the other characteristics, almost similar to the other phyla. And now the between non-chordates and chordates, the differences they will ask. Chalk out the differences. Between what first position is notochord. Notochord present or absent. Narrow chord. But in the book, in the table, neural system is given, not narrow chord is given. I am directly writing this narrow chord. Notochord, narrow chord. 3. PGS, pharyngeal gill slits. 4. Heart, location of heart and structure of the heart. And lastly, pat, postanal tail. So these are the 5 differences between non-chordates and chordates basing on the identifying features of the phylum Chordata. So one by one let us go. Present, put a tick mark. Sorry, non-chordates kada, absent, present. Narrow chord, present, but you should say ventral, double, adi. Ventral, double and solid. Opposite words use here. Ventral opposite.
Dorsal, hollow, single.
Ante, very nice. Dorsal, hollow and single. So always this is this second point is by changing, the question is they are asking. By changing these terminology. Suppose the nerve cord of non-chordates is characterized by all the statements are given: dorsal, ventral, solid, hollow, double, single. Pick out the correct options out of 6: ABC or ACD or BCD or CDE or DEF. Like that options will be given. So very important point, narrow chord. Then pharyngeal gill slits absent, here present. Heart, dorsal, here muscular, ventral muscular heart. Pat absent, that is present in the chordata. So when we start with this phylum chordata in the NCERT book, these are the things given. Up to this we have completed. Now let us classify the chordata, 5th point. Phylum chordata is classified into 3 phyla, 3 subphyla based on notochord. Chordata classification is based on notochord. Don't forget about this. In the book it is not given. It is simply classified into 3 subphyla given. But what is the basis for the classification of chordata? Particular structure taken into consideration. Not only here, every phylum is classified into classes basing on particular feature. So here the based on notochord divided into 3 subphyla. You all know pretty well. Those three subphyla are Urochordata, Cephalochordata, and Vertebrata. Once upon a time, Hemichordata also included, but of course not there. Vertebrata. So first two classes, first two subphyla are named as protochordates. Urochordata plus Cephalochordata is equal to Protochordata. Both are marine. So Protochordata marine applicable to both Urochordates and Cephalochordates. Specifically coming to the Urochordata, the larval tail has notochord. Larval tail has notochord. That's why we have placed the Urochordata under the phylum Chordata. Urochordata under the phylum Chordata we have placed because of the presence of notochord at least in the tail of the larva, because it disappears in the adults during metamorphosis. That metamorphosis is called retrogressive metamorphosis. Means main character of chordates, chief character of chordates and major character of chordate, that is lost during metamorphosis, disappeared. So loss of chief character during metamorphosis to become adult is called retrogressive metamorphosis. So larval tail has notochord, hence the name Urochordata. Urochordata also called tunicata because the body is covered with tunic or test or shell covering of body wall, tunic made up of cellulose like material or test. So these tunicates generally sedentary forms, means fixed to the substratum, sessile forms or sedentary forms fixed to the substratum. But some are planktonic. Of course, not necessary, not given in the NCERT book. These 2 points are not given. Salpa, Doliolum, examples given, they are planktonic. So in the bracket you write down those examples, planktonic. So what are the examples here under the Urochordata? Acidia means Headmania. Headmania commonly known as Acidia. Salpa Doliolum. This Headmania is sedentary form and these two are planktonic forms. Pelagic are planktonic forms. Pelagic, planktonic both are one and the same. They float on the surface waters. When they float on the surface waters, then you can say they are called planktonic organisms. Phytoplankton, zooplankton, all come under that category. So that is about the Urochordata details. Cephalochordata. In the Cephalochordata, notochord extends from hand to end, head to tail. Cephalochordates have a chief character notochord from head to tail, extending even to the head region also. Head means cephalo. Chordata means notochord. No extension of notochord into the extreme anterior-most region, that head part. Hence it is called cephalochordates. These are commonly known as lancelets. Common name lancelets. Lancelet is a hunting tool. One of the hunting tools, lancelets. So examples, Amphioxus is equal to Branchiostoma. Both are one and the same. Bronchi means gills. Stoma means mouth. Nearby mouth, number of numerous gills are present in the pharynx. That's why Branchiostoma. Amphi means both. Axis means point. Both ends are pointed, hence the name Amphioxus. So these are the introductory features and features of the Urochordata and Cephalochordata. Now pass on to the third subphylum, Vertebrata. In the vertebrata, notochord absent in the adults. So here the most important point, notochord lies in embryo. Notochord lies in embryo. And replaced by vertebral column in adult. So that's why you can say, what you can say, all vertebrates are chordates, but all chordates are not vertebrates. This slogan, famous slogan, you already know. So that's why, because of this reason. So assertion reason type question. All vertebrates are chordates, but all chordates are not vertebrates. Assertion. Reason, notochord lies in the embryo of vertebrates and it is replaced by vertebral column in the adults. That is the reason. Correct explanation. So like that you can. And other features also you can see. Well developed brain is there. Chambered heart is there. 2-chambered, 3-chambered, 4-chambered heart is there. Simply we can mention chambered heart. Details already have known about while discussing physiology, body fluids and circulation. There I have given the circulatory pathways in which the evolutionary pattern of heart, that is also 2 marks in the intermediate examination, 4 marks question also. Discuss the evolutionary pattern of the heart in the different types of vertebrates and like that it is given. 2-chambered heart fishes, 3-chambered amphibians, reptiles except crocodiles, 4-chambered crocodiles, reptiles and the birds and mammals. So chambered heart, kidneys carry excretory function. Kidneys, these are all specifically developed. And paired sense organs also developed. Paired sense organs. Besides paired fins and limbs. Paired fins if they are fishes, or limbs if they are tetrapods. So basing on this only, the subphylum vertebrata is divided into 2 superclasses. But first of all, divisions of vertebrata let us see. Vertebrata is classified into 2 divisions based on, these are the divisions, based on presence or absence of jaws and fins. First division, Anata. Anata and Gnathostomata, second division. This classification is given on the, if you turn the page, on the top of the page, this is clearly mentioned, Anata and Gnathostomata. Jaws, no jaws and fins. No jaws and fins, completely absent. So here these are jawed vertebrates. Jaws and fins are limbs present because tetrapods also there. Here only one class is mentioned, that is cyclostomata. Only one class. Under the living class, only living class of Anata, that like that the bit is coming. Only living class of Anata, that is cyclostomata. But Gnathostomata, it is again divided into 2 superclasses basing on environment and presence or absence of limbs. Superclass Pisces, first superclass, and second superclass is Tetrapoda. Just like revision, just follow, simply follow, that's all. You need not worry and hurry and feel any stress. You need not feel any stress. Pisces, largest group of vertebrates. Tetrapoda, next superclass. Pisces, in which 2 classes are there. Class 1 Chondrichthyes and class 2 Osteichthyes. Chondrichthyes and Osteichthyes are the two classes of the Pisces. Here the four classes are there: amphibia, reptilia, birds, or simply write down aves, because class name is aves, not birds. Mammalia. So totally how many classes are there? In the Gnathostomata, 6 classes are there, but total number of classes in the vertebrates of phylum, the answer must be 7.
7.
Carefully remember this. So this is for today. Tomorrow cyclostomata I will start tomorrow. Okay, there is a, you find a very beautiful time, and while teaching also you have grasped so many points and you are responding like anything when compared with previous teaching classes. So I am happy of that. Okay, time is there. Tomorrow, day after tomorrow, they are going to be completed. Then structural organization in animals also we can start. Okay, ma. Bye.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Bye, ma. లేదు, అది సేవింగ్ ఆల్రెడీ ఉంది, కావాలా వద్దని అడుగుతుంది.